The biggest question of life, who am I? Mo, ko hu. Do you even know who you are? Am I just Sabu or someone else as well? I know, it's a very deep question. प्रश्न सुन्दा एकदमै गहिरो लाग्न सक्छ. And the answer might just change your life. Let's find out together. Hello and namaste. Welcome back to Sara Khushi Ko Yatra, the journey to complete happiness. I'm your friend Sabu, and I'm so grateful that you are here today. Together, we are going to talk about ourselves, our story, our belief system, and our identity. We are going to explore a question which feels simple but is actually very, very deep. हामी को हौं र हाम्रो पहिचान के हो? हामी किन यस्तो छौं र हामी के भनेर चिनिन्छौं? We all carry names, roles and labels. But identity goes beyond just your name or what you do. It's the story you tell yourself about who you are. All the time, every day, 24/7. आउनुस् सुरु गरौं हाम्रो सारा खुशीको यात्रा. In the silence of the soul, a whisper takes flight. A journey begins from shadow to light. Hello and namaste. Welcome to Sara Khushi Ko Yatra, the journey to complete happiness. And I'm your friend Sabu. Let's start with identity. What is identity? Identity simply means who you are. It's what makes you you. Your name, your personality, your values, your culture, your experiences, and even how you see yourself inside. It is a mix of everything that makes you unique and equally different from others. हामी सबैजनाको छुट्टा-छुट्टै नेचर हुन्छ, क्यारेक्टर हुन्छ, कसैलाई के मन पर्छ, कसैलाई के मन पर्दैन, आफ्नै टेस्ट, बिलोंगिङ एन्ड लाइफ हुन्छ. And that's what makes us us. We all are different and equally unique as well. And there are two layers of identity, external identity and internal identity. External identities are the labels given by our society, like our name, our job, our gender, our nationality, and our roles, like a mother, father, friend, sister, etc. These are real. हामी त्यो सबै नै हौ. म एउटा छोरी पनि हो, म एउटा mother, म एउटा daughter, म एउटा wife, म त्यो सबै नै हो. But it is just my little character. It doesn't capture the soul of who am I. Whereas internal identity is way deeper. It's about how we see ourselves. They are our values, beliefs, culture, dreams, our purpose. हामी आफूलाई कसरी लिन्छौं वा कसरी हेर्छौं, त्यसलाई चाहिँ internal identity भनिन्छ. It's like seeing yourself when no one else is around you. It is a whisper in our heart that says, this is truly who I am. Sometimes we get lost in our external identities like society, family, friends को expectation, उनीहरूले के भन्ला भनेर. For example, I might say I'm Sabu, I'm a mother, wife, daughter, a podcaster, and a learner. These are my external identities. र त्यही external identities को basis मा society will start to judge about my life. जस्तै म कहाँ काम गर्छु, म कति कमाउँछु, how do I look, म कस्तो लुगा लगाउँछु, मेरो घर छ कि छैन, बच्चा कतिवटा छ, and etc. You know all those judgments you get from our societies. But they don't know. Those are only part of my identity. I'm way more than that. My true identity lives within me, and they are my values, my dreams, and the real me that the world doesn't always see. We are so busy being who the world wants us to be that we forget our internal truth. And that's when we feel lost, stuck, disconnected, and even empty. But the good thing is, identity is not fixed. It is not something you are born with and stuck with forever. It is alive and it grows with you. Just like we change our clothes, we can change our identity when they don't serve us. Please remember that. I said when they don't serve us. When our clothes doesn't fit us anymore, what do? Sometimes it gets too tight, sometimes it gets too loose, sometimes it can go out of fashion, and sometimes it doesn't even feel like us anymore. So what do? We fold them away or we keep them up, and we make space for something new that makes us feel like us again. Our identity works the exact same way as well. Sometimes when we see ourselves or the labels we carry stop serving us. For example, maybe you've always called yourself the shy one. That identity might have served you when you were younger, but now it might be holding you back from speaking your truth or chasing opportunities. बाहिर गएर बोल्नु पर्दा अफिसको मिटिङ, पब्लिक स्पिकिङ के गर्नु पर्यो भने त्यो जुन shy identity छ नि, it will impact your performance. Or maybe you've identified yourself as the people pleaser. अरूलाई नो भन्नै नसक्ने, सके नसके सबै काम आफैले नै गर्नुपर्ने to make other people happy. But deep down, you know it's very, very exhausting. It's like wearing a shoe that are too tight. No matter how expensive those shoes are or how pretty they look, it will start to hurt after a while. Or maybe you might have identified yourself as the struggler. Like we said, oh, I'm struggling to lose weight. Oh, I'm struggling to do that. Oh, I'm struggling to start a business, and etc. Do you even know what struggle means? The one who never has it easy, and one who has to work twice as hard to get anything. Do you still want to be that struggler? What if you no longer want to carry that label? What if you want to change your identity to someone else who attracts ease, abundance, and joy in their life? What if you want to change your identity and create a new one? And yes, you can do that. Just like changing clothes, you can choose to change your identities. You can say, that version of me is no longer who am I. I am ready for something new. And here is the beautiful part. Every time you change your identity, you create space for growth. You'll be one step closer to the truest version of yourself. एकचोटि सोचौं त, how many times have you said, oh, I can't do this. I'm not strong enough. I'm not worthy. I always do this. It's too hard. म त सक्दिन होला. म किन सधैँ यस्तै गर्छु भनेर हामी भन्छौं नि त. But do you know, every time when you repeat those things, you are silently writing those words in your identity. Yes, that's very true. You are telling yourself a story that might not even be true. त्यो एउटा सानो voice हुन्छ नि हामी भित्र, self talk गर्ने voice. That is our inner voice, and that's what matters. त्यो story हामीलाई नै भन्ने हो. It's about how you see yourself when no one else is around you and no one else is watching you. And that's your true voice. Example dunu parda, I've always wanted to lose weight after my pregnancy. And I know I have to eat healthy to lose weight. But my inner voice said, weight loss गर्छु भनेको त हो, खाली खाना मात्रै मन लाग्छ, म त नखाई बस्नै नसक्ने भएँ. So that was the story my inner voice was saying to me all the time. अब तपाईको माइन्डमा 24/7 नै यही कुरा चलिरहेको छ. And slowly you'll start to believe that identity कि म नखाई बस्न नसक्ने मान्छे हो भनेर. And the most important part is our brain is so clever that त्यो story valid गर्नको लागि now it will start to scan all your old behaviors and your old patterns and send an example to our subconscious mind. Like 2 days अगाडि पनि यसले हेल्दी खान्छु भनेको त हो, तर कन्टिन्यू गर्न सकेन. Even last month उसले हेल्दी खान्छु चाहिँ भन्यो, at the end 3 प्लेट मोमो चाहिँ खाएर बस्यो. यसले सधैँ यस्तै नै गर्छ, यसले गर्नै सक्दैन, you cannot do this. So these were my inner voice saying a story based on my identity of म त नखाइ बस्नै सक्दिन. Now imagine yourself living like this every day, where you have to battle your inner thoughts on top of all the chores and work and ups and downs you are facing in your everyday life. How would you feel? It's very exhausting and tiring. अर्को example दिनु पर्दा, I'll wake up tomorrow morning very early and then start working out. You know, that's very common as well. We always say that, but we don't do it. अब यहाँ तपाईको inner voice ले चाहिँ यसले सधैँ यस्तै गर्छ, भोलि पनि अलार्म स्नुज गरेर अर्को 1 घण्टा पछि मात्रै उठ्छ भनेर सोचिरहेको छ भने that's your another identity of laziness. And at the same time, our brain will gather all the examples to prove your identity of laziness. Now, your brain will start to make up a story. Last year पनि यसले यस्तै गरेको हो, भोलि भोलि भन्छ तर कहिले पनि गर्दैन, अब यो भोलि पनि उठ्न सक्दैन. तपाईको बिलिफ सिस्टममा नै यो बसेको हुन्छ एकदम आनन्दले जरा गाडेर. अब तपाई भोलि उठ्न सक्नुहुन्छ होला त? कहाँ सकिन्छ अब यस्तो माइन्डसेटले उठ्नलाई त? ल हेर्नुस्, यो सबै चीज पहिला हामीलाई कति सिम्पल लाग्थ्यो. होस् भन्यो, बस्यो, that's it. But these are the stories made by our belief system. And we believe them. Do you know why do we believe? Because every day your inner voice is saying the same thing all the time. And if that keeps on happening, your mind will start to think maybe it's true. And then we start to believe them and act accordingly. त्यो गर्दा गर्दै त्यस्तै गर्ने बानी हुन्छ and it will be our habit. If we practice that habit for a certain amount of time, it will be our pattern. And if we live our life in that pattern for a certain amount of time, it will be our personality. And that personality will eventually lead to your identity. Everything is connected, just like this. Every single thing is connected. It starts with your thought and then your belief system. And then once you believe it, you'll act accordingly. It will become your habit. Habit becomes pattern. Pattern becomes your personality and eventually your identity as well. So if you want to change your identity, you should start with a thought. And the most heartbreaking part is most of us carry the identities that were handed to us by others. Maybe someone once said you'll never succeed, or you can't do this by yourself. Or maybe life's struggles made you believe that I'm broken, I'm sad, and I'm lonely. And slowly, without even realizing it, we made those words part of our identity. But, my friend, you are not the story that you have been told. You are so much more than that, your painful stories. I will share my story with you all. There was a time in my life when I identified as a struggling mother who felt lost and overwhelmed, who was always angry, hopeless, fat. Yes, even few of my friends have said that to me, that I was fat when I was just 6 weeks of postpartum phase. And I felt ugly, empty, alone, judged and misunderstood all the time. All I saw in myself was weakness. I thought I was weak because I couldn't walk properly for almost 10 days after giving birth. I had a cesarean section for both of my kids, and they were big babies. Because I had big babies, it was very hard for me, and I'm so grateful that my husband was there to help me and support me with everything. But when I shared my story with my friends and families, they were like, "Yस्तो pani huncha ra? Hamलाई त भकै थिएन त. अब अलिअलि दुःख त भइहाल्छ नि, अलिअलि त सहनु पनि पर्छ." So I thought I was weak. मैले नै सहन सकिन कि क्या हो जस्तो लाग्थ्यो मलाई. I thought I was failing as a mom when my daughter said my mom always get angry in front of everyone. I thought I was failing as a wife because I used to blame my husband all the time and argue with him. And I thought reaching out for help was my weakness as well, because whenever I shared my feelings and story, I always felt judged. At that time, my story was, I'm failing, I'm not good enough, I am weak. And that identity crushed me. You are already in pain physically, mentally, and psychologically, and these judgments were very, very hurtful. And I was in that mental state for 7 years. It made me feel so small, unhappy, and invisible. But slowly, with time, with learning, with meeting new people who believed in me, especially Hope, who showed me the journey to happiness, I began to rewrite my own story. I started saying, I'm not broken, I'm growing. I'm not lost, I'm on a journey. And I'm not just a struggling mother, I'm also a creator, a learner, and a dreamer. And now, my new story is I'm beautiful, I'm confident, and I'm helping the people in need through my podcast. And when I embraced that new identity, everything changed. My energy changed, my confidence grew, and most importantly, my happiness returned. जे छ जसो छ हामी भित्र नै छ. It is all in our mind. It is all inside us. So that new identity, it gave me strength, clarity, and joy. Now let's find out why identity is related to happiness. Your identity is the root of your happiness, and the way you see yourself decides how you show up in the world. If your identity is I am not lovable, then you won't see the love even if it stands right in front of you. If your identity is I am unlucky, you will miss all the opportunities that were waiting for you. But the moment you shift your energy and your identity to something empowering, like I'm worthy, I'm loved, I am the creator of my dream, then your actions and your energy change. Your identity becomes the foundation of your mindset, your manifestation, and your joy. So, your identity is not just about your past. It's about the future you choose to step into. Now, you must be thinking, so how do we create our new identity? Today, I'm going to give you 4 simple steps to reclaim and recreate your identity. Please note it down and practice it every single day. Step 1, awareness. Ask yourself, who am I right now? What levels do I carry? What's my story? हामीले हाम्रो लाइफमा धेरै मोमेन्ट्स इभेन्ट्सहरु भोगेको हुन्छौं which made us us. त्यसलाई सम्झौं अनि विचार गरौं. Be aware of your thoughts and your belief system. Ask yourself, what identity am I still wearing that doesn't fit me anymore? And what identity do I want to try on that feels more like the real me? Step 2, release. Let go of identities that no longer serve you. Once you are aware of all the labels that you have been carrying for a very long time, and you know they are toxic, it's time to let go of it. For example, if you've been telling yourself that I'm not smart enough and I'm unlucky, it's time to change that story. त्यो नचाहिने आइडेन्टिटिजहरुलाई चाहिँ सबैलाई बाइ भनेर जान दिनुस्. Just say that I don't need you anymore. यति मात्रै भन्दा नि कस्तो आनन्द फिल हुन्छ. Try that. And step 3, choose. Decide who you want to be. पुरानो आइडेन्टिटीलाई बाइ भनेपछि नयाँलाई वेलकम पनि त भन्नु पर्यो. So write your new story. Write how your new story can change your life. Write down powerful statements like I'm confident, I am loving, I am a creator of my dreams. And step 4, live it daily. Identity is not just about what you think. It's about what you practice. So practice it every day. भन्नु चाहिँ I'm confident भन्ने अनि बाहिर गएर कतै बोल्नु पर्यो भन्ने चाहिँ डराएर बस्ने नगरौं. Every time, if you act in alignment of your chosen identity, it becomes stronger. म पनि पहिला कहाँ यसरी पब्लिक स्पिकिङ गर्न सक्थे त? I used to dance and I'm very confident dancing on the stage. But यसरी बोल्न त बानी नै थिएन, अहिले पनि छैन. But I'm learning every day. I'm improving every day. डर त लाग्छ. You won't believe how scared and how nervous I was for my first shoot for this podcast. I was panicking and so nervous. But feel the fear and do it anyway. That's how you become confident. हजुर, यति भन्दै गर्दा मेरो आजको लागि बिदा माग्ने बेला पनि भइसक्यो. आजको हाम्रो third episode of Journey to Complete Happyness मा we talked about our identity, our belief system, and how it shaped our story. I also gave you 4 simple steps to reclaim and create your identity. So let's begin this journey to happiness. Sara Khushi Ko Yatra मा हामी सँगै अगाडि बढौं. I know how it feels like to be lost, overwhelmed, and alone. And that's why I started this podcast. So, to all of you listening today, I want to give you a simple exercise you can try after this episode. Take a piece of paper and on one side, write all the identities you've been carrying. The heavy ones, the limiting ones. Things like I am not enough, I am not smart, I am unlucky, I am weak. Then, on the other side, write the identity you choose for yourself today. Something powerful, something that lights you up. Like I am worthy, I am loved, I am strong, and I am the creator of my dreams. Every morning, look into the mirror and read your new identity aloud and remind yourself, this is who I am. This is who I choose to be. This is a very powerful way to align yourself with your new mindset. And with time, this new identity will become your new reality. Remember, identity is not just about your past. It is not just about the mistakes you've made and the labels others gave you. Identity is a choice. And today, right here, right now, you have the power to choose who you want to be. So, I'll leave you with this question today. Who do you choose to become today? Thank you for being here today. You are already on the path. You are already doing better than you think. यदि तपाईहरुलाई मेरो आजको यो भिडियोले मन छ्यो भने please follow, subscribe and join me again for more stories of healing, hope and happiness. This is Sabu sending you love, calmness and a little spark of happiness. Thank you and namaste.